Okay, tubers, we're down here in the basement shop. Lighting's a little bit better. I was given a question on how I measured these steam cams that I make for these, the early B&S V-1, 2, and 3, well, 3 was the RAM, never mind, 1, 2 models. The V4 used a cam too, but it got out kind of obsolete by that valve I showed in the last video. Anyway, okay, you can see obviously there's 2 lobes on each side. That's necessary. Okay, now the measurements themselves are on a previous video and I can't remember. Now the way I measured is I took one of these. I don't know if it's real shiny in the light here. Really see it. You know, it's just a caliper. Kind of really simple. There you go. You can see it. Mine's my Niagara dial. It's not fancy. And what I did is went up to the cam here. I used my depth gauge on the back. I simply slid it down. I'm sure you could probably use a ruler for this too, but I put it on the top of the lobe and I measured down to the shaft. And if I can remember correctly, it was 250 thousandths on the intake side and 170 thousandths tall on the this side. This is the intake, this is exhaust. This is the one that'd be shorter because you have the counterweight from the crankshaft comes around and it has to miss. But see, okay, now the other measurement was, I called it duration. Now it's generally measured in degrees, but I don't have a degree wheel. So what I did is I simply took my caliper here and I measured the amount, how wide the top of the lobe was. I really can't remember that one. That one's on the video though. So basically all I did was take my welder, glob up some lobes on the opposite sides, and then I took them and put it in my jig from the previous videos, and we used the bench grinder to shape it. This one was not precision ground. This one was ground by hand. The precision ground is still trapped in one of the motors. But that's essentially how we did it. Now, there was something I wanted to tell you about this. The timing of the cam is not correct, like most people think. Now, you have to take one of the cam lobes, the double lobes, and turn it like maybe 5 degrees or something. It's not exactly right. It's this thing called over-timing, where the valves open at the same time. Now, the way I achieved the perfect timing is I simply took the head off the motor and started turning it. And I decided, okay, the piston's on its way, you know, back up, so I think the lobe needs to open now, you know. And so that's essentially how I did it. It was real quick. It took me 20 minutes to make the first one, which is right here, and it ran. So that's how we do it. Thank you.